Hello guys, my name is Khan, and actually in this video I will show you guys that how you can use a macro to make your life easy in terms that suppose if you are working in an Excel and you have several sheets, and suppose if you have to do the same steps again and again on each sheet. So instead of doing each step again and again on each sheet manually, you can create a macro very easily in Excel to make your life easy. So for that, I have created a hypothetical data set for you guys. So suppose we have conducted a survey among people and we have asked that how much money they have paid for entertainment, and we surveyed those people again and again over the 4 years. So I'm just in my example, I'm saying just 4 years. Maybe you will ended up with sheets which will be more than four, maybe 20 or 100 or maybe more than that. So suppose I'm starting with this sheet and I want to format this sheet into some. Suppose if I want to bold the first row, and then I want to make total amount paid by the respondents. So, and I also want that the columns appear in a right format. As you can see that this column is a bit the width is not proper according to the amount of information as E1 is capturing. So in order to do that, so I will first record a macro on sheet 1, and then I want to apply the same changes that I am doing on sheet on 2005 sheet or also on all the remaining sheets. So in order to do that, first what I will do, I will go to developer tab, and then I will say record a macro. So I will press this option, record macro, and after that what I will do, I will start recording my macro. So I will first go here. So actually I have to click my record macro again. So you can see that now I have to assign the name to the macro. So I will give it a name, do again. So I'm just calling it do again. So you can call it whatever you want to say. So I will say okay. So now I have the VBA is now capturing all the things that I am doing in my sheet. So I will be saying bold, so that I want my first row to be bold, and then I want the columns to be properly spaced. So I just select the whole sheet and double click here to make my columns appear in a better shape. And now I will write down here a total amount paid, and again I want to make my column D properly width, and in this cell I want to create the sum of the amount respondents have paid. So this is sum. I will be selecting all the cell that for which I want to do the sum, and that's all. So now I can stop recording. So before stop recording, I can also make borders in the table so that it looks good. So I will say this. So now everything is fine. Now I can stop recording. So I have stopped recording now. My macro is ready to use. But now I also want to do the same changes on this sheet, and this sheet. So what you can do, you can go to the second sheet where you want to implement the changes according the same as what you have done in 2005 sheet. So in order to do that, you have to come to this sheet, and then you have to go to your macros. So I have this macro do again, and then you have to say run. So you can say how easily you have able to repeat the same thing that you have done in 2005, you have done again in 2006 within it's just one click away. So you don't need to spend more time again and again while in order to implement the same changes in this second sheet, and the same you can do again for 2007. You can go to macros, you can again run the macro that you have created, and now you can see that the same thing that you, and it's the example that I'm giving is very naive or very simple, but sometimes you will be dealing with so many sheets and you have to do the same stuff again and again, and it's become really cumbersome. So even in this case, you will be seeing that I'm going to each sheet one by one and implementing that macro manually. So in order to resolve that thing, so as you can see, I haven't implemented any changes over 2008, but in order, so it's still, you will be asking that it's still cumbersome, that why I'm going again and again into each sheet to implement the macro. So if you want to make it more automated or fully automated, then I will say that you have to edit your macro that you have recorded. So you have to go to your macro, and now you have to go to edit. So now I will be editing my macro. So this is the macro that I have created, and now I want to edit. So what I will do, so the first thing that I will be doing, that in order to make it more automated, you have to see that how many sheets my workbook have. My workbook have 4 sheets. So first I will be creating a vector that will be capturing the sheet name of each worksheet. So I will be saying it, so my vector will be the length of 4. So I will be saying dim. I will be calling it as CC. You can call it whatever you want. So I'll be going CC1 to 4. And then I'll be saying this CC vector will be as string, because it will be capturing the strings. And then for each segment of this vector, I will be assigning a string. So I'll be saying C1. Sorry. I'll be saying C1 will be equal to sheet 1. And then I can copy paste the same thing again 3 times. And then I'll just adjust few things in, and I'll be calling it 2, 3, and 4. And after that, what I will be doing, that I will be creating a loop now. So I will be saying that, okay, create a for loop, and I will be calling that there will be a local in that loop will be C equal to 1 to 4. And now as you can see, my actual local is starting from here and ending it here at this line. So before the end of the macro, I will be mentioning that next C where my loop will end. And now if I go back where I started my loop, I have to use a command to select the sheet, so that I don't need to go to sheet manually one by one. As you can see that before that I have to go to each sheet one by one and have to run the macro. In order to eliminate that part, you have to write worksheet, then you have to say brackets, and then you will have to specify the sheet name. So actually my sheet names are stored in this vector. So I will be calling it as CCC, then bracket, then C again, which will be coming from this local, and then bracket close, and then I will be saying dot select, that first select that sheet, and then apply the macro that I have created, and will do all the formatting and summation that we have just done in that macro. So I will just enter. So now the macro is ready. But I will try to explain what I am doing here is that first I created a vector which is capturing all the sheet names. Then I am creating a loop, and within that loop I have copy pasted all the code that I have used to record the macro. But before that coding of the macro, I have specified that go and select the sheet automatically through a macro. So instead that I have to go again and again into to select the sheet first to run the macro. So this part of the line actually is eliminating the manual part that we were doing. And actually the CC, as you can see that CC is a vector, but I'm calling the each part of the vector one by one. And this thing will be the first time this loop will run, the sheet 1 will be called. The second time the loop will be run, the sheet 2 will be called. So as you can see that the 2008 sheet, I haven't applied any changes. I haven't run a macro on this sheet. So hopefully when I will run my macro now, all the sheet will get adjusted along with 2008 sheet. So now if I run this code, I got some errors, so I will be saying N. I will recheck my code. Actually, I got an error because when I'm mentioning this vector segment, so Visual Basic is unable to recognize. So the solution is, instead of writing this CC vector, you can just use this C. The C local that we have created, that will be taking the value 1 to 4. So I will be using the sheet index. So as the sheet 1 will be the 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will be using just the sheet index. And now if I run this code, probably I will not get any error. So I will be saying play. I will run that code. As you can see, everything went file. So you can even select the sheet based on the index. So the sheet 1 will be the first sheet, second sheet, third sheet, and fourth sheet. And now if I go back, the last sheet, which was not formatted before, probably after running this macro, our sheet 4 will be also adjusted. So I will go back and we'll see. So now you can see that even my fourth sheet is also adjusted. So by creating a loop within a macro, or by just editing the macro that you have just created, you can apply it again and again as many times you want. So you don't even have to go manually in each sheet one by one. So by adjusting a bit of the macro you have recorded, you can make your life very, very easy. And this example is just a hypothetical example. You can modify that thing according to your need. Thank you for watching the video.